Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Effie. I hope you're having a great day and an amazing week. And today we are doing another testing Primark makeup. My full face is Primark, apart from I did use a little bit of setting spray that wasn't Primark because I needed to, but we'll just ignore that. Let me know what you think of the look. It's a little bit different for me, a little bit neutral, fine. The eyes don't match the lip, when do they? There are some products in this video I really quite like, so look out for those. But other than that, I'm going to stop talking and let you watch the video. If you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing and drop me a comment down below. Let's chat about whatever you feel like chatting about. Let's go on with the video. Okay, so Primark makeup. We're going to start with primer. I have this one. It is the PS Prep and Perfect Prime and Infuse Instant Hydration Priming Spray infused with hyaluronic acid and watermelon extract. My friend very kindly gave this to me. She didn't like it, I don't know why, but I have used it a couple of times. It's quite nice. It smells amazing. It has a super fine mist. We had a couple of super hot days here in the UK and this was just a lifesaver. Just when I didn't have any makeup on, just spritzing this all over my face really made me feel good. So yeah. Okay, for foundation I have this one. It is the Double Coverage Matte Foundation Long Wear Matte Finish Oil Free SPF 15. It costs £5 and I got it in the shade Porcelain or something like that. Probably the lightest shade they have. So I did kind of know that you have to pour this out, which I'm not too happy about. I'm going to pour some onto the back of my hand, half my face with a sponge, half my face with a brush, see which one works best. Probably enough, yeah, great, cool. It's quite thick. Doesn't really smell of anything other than makeup. So let me just pop some of this side with a sponge. The only thing about this is because it's on the back of my hand, I now can't really hold my mirror, so I have to do it in my monitor, which is reversed. It definitely looks like I've got makeup on. You can tell I've got makeup on. Let's try it with a brush. Okay, I can already say I prefer it with a sponge. I think that whereas sometimes a sponge can shear out your foundation and make it look worse, I think this foundation almost needs that, so I'm just going over this side with my sponge. It is very high coverage. I'm very two-dimensional right now. It has covered the spots I have relatively well. You can obviously still see them, they're still there. This isn't sort of an everyday coverage for me. If you wear full coverage every day, that's fine, but for me this isn't what I would wear every day. But it's not bad considering if you wanted full coverage, it would do that for only £5. Next up I have this one. This is the Camouflage Flawless Matte Concealer. Full coverage, enriched with ginger and vitamin B5, long wear, natural finish. Yep. I got the shade 111 Cool. Oh, do I have to do this with my fingers? I really don't want to. I'm gonna have to do it with my fingers. So I'm just going to put some on my ring finger. I think it's done a really good job at concealing my under eyes. I would be interested in trying this with different foundations to see if I like it. But so far for £3.50 I think this is quite good. Next up is powder. I picked up the Natural Finish Flawless Powder and Foundation, which makes me question it. I got it in 212 Neutral and this was £5. This is what the product looks like. It looks a touch dark, but we'll give it a go. It does have a mirror in here, which is handy. Okay, yeah, it does have colour to it, but it's not that bad, providing it doesn't oxidise or anything. I'm not sure sure that it's done the best job at setting my base. It still sort of feels a little bit not set. But let's move on. So I have a blush. In my last Primark video I didn't have a blush, but this time I do. It is a PS Blush High Pigment Blusher in the shade In the Pink, I think it's called. And this is the shade. It's very pink. I'm hoping it's not too pigmented, even though it does say High Pigment Blusher. Just gonna blot it off on the back of my hand. Ooh, pigmented. Eyes on. It's very pigmented, but that's fine. I'm kind of into the heavy blush. The colour itself isn't my favourite. It's very pink. Very pink. I will continue to use it. Maybe when I do want a very, very pink blush, because I don't think I have anything quite this pink in my collection. So next up is bronzer, and this is actually a sheer glow and finishing powder in the shade 312 medium. This was £4, so I feel like this could not work, because if it's meant to be a finishing powder, it might not have the level of pigmentation that you need for a bronzer, if that makes sense. But this is the shade. It looks alright as a shade. Let's just give it a go. Okay, this I really quite like. It's given quite a natural, sheer, not too heavy sort of a glow, which is in stark contrast to my blush. It's quite nice. I like it. It's blended quite well, although I will also say that powder that I used is definitely not set my makeup, because this feels like it's sticking to my forehead a little bit, but that's fine. That's not the bronzer's fault. Yeah, I quite like this. If you can find a shade that is a bronzer shade for you, go for it. It was £4, so yeah, I like this. Highlighter, I went for this one. This is the Diamond Bomb Highlighter Powder. It was £3. This is what it looks like. You've kind of got white shades, peachy shades, and then some pink shades. These two triangles here actually have a pink shift, but I don't think you can see it very well on camera. It looks very pretty. It also looks very, very white, which could be an issue, but we'll give it a go. I'm just going to swirl my brush around in all the shades. Ooh, powder everywhere. Great. Okay. Okay. Okay, so highlighter is on. It was very powdery. It's very white. It's kind of giving me a little bit of a white cast, I think. I feel like once I was buffing it in, it's better. It's also a little bit more glittery than a lot of the highlighters I own. You can kind of see the little glitter particles. I think it's nice. You have to buff it in, and I probably went in with way too much on my brush, so be careful of that. I think I prefer the highlighter I tried in the other Primark video, but it's nice. My face desperately needs some form of hydration. So I'm gonna do something to it. I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray just to give it some hydration. I know this is technically cheating, but it needs it. I also don't have a Primark setting spray. I think that's helped a little bit. I think that's really helped. Next up is eyeshadow. I picked up these two mini palettes. They were £2 each. I have Flame, which has these colours in it. And I have Berry, which has these colours in it. And I'm going to just basically mix between the two. Going into Flame palette, I'm just going to take this shade here, which is called Escape. Okay, so it's not that pigmented, but I'm going to try building it up. Okay, so that has built up quite nicely. It's very soft. So now I'm dipping in to the Berry palette, and I'm going for this shade here called Desire. Okay, that one seemed more pigmented. Okay, that one was a lot more pigmented. I'm just going to get a clean fluffy brush and just blend it out a bit. On a fluffier brush, I'm going back into that first shade, Escape, from the Flame palette, and just bringing that back in a little bit. And then just on a small pencil brush, I'm going back into the Flame palette and taking this dark shade here called Depth. It's not quite a black, but it's very close to a black. Okay, so mattes are on. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you've even watched some of my YouTube videos, you'll know that I'm a colourful eyeshadow sort of person. But this is quite nice. They blended together so beautifully. They are easy to work with. They look nice on the eyes. This could be like a work look for me when I can't do colour. So overall, I'm really impressed. Unless one of these condensed colour schemes are absolutely perfect for you, you might want to pick up more than one palette. But the mattes work beautifully. So easy. You do have to build them up a little bit, but I'd rather be able to build up than bam pigment and not be able to blend it out. Okay, for my lid shimmer, I think I'm going to go into this shade here called Shout. It's not quite a shimmer, it's almost like a satin type shade. I'm going to try it dry and then we'll try it wet. Or not, because it just simply doesn't need it. Wow. That is so pretty. Ooh, such a beautiful shade. I'm going to try it wet, but I don't think it needs to be wet. I'm just going to use the priming water. Yeah, I don't really think it being wet made much of a difference. I think it was pretty to begin with. Also going to go in to the Flame palette and just take a little bit of heat as well. And then I've just realised that in both of the palettes, that light shade here and here are the same. They're both called Raw, so I assume they are exactly the same shade. So I'm just going to take the one out of the Berry palette and put that on my inner corner. That is stunning. Wow. Wow, that's a beautiful shade. For my lower lash line, I'm just going to take the same shades, the same matte shades, and just run them underneath. Okay, there we go. I don't think that's that bad. I think it looks quite nice. The mattes are nice. They've got a bit of kick up in the pan, but there's little to no fallout on my eyes. I think these are really good. For £2 each, I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 different ones. They're great. Before I catch up the other eye, I'm just going to finish off this one. So I'm going to go in with my brows. I picked up this brow pencil in the shade Blonde. It was £1. It's a pretty basic brow pencil. Does come with a spoolie on one end, and the lid has a sharpener in it, which I think is super useful. But it's just a standard pencil. It's been a while since I've used a standard pencil, so we'll see how this goes. The spoolie's a lot bigger than a lot of the other spoolies I have. That's something to note as well. So the pencil itself is quite creamy, which makes me even more thankful that there is a sharpener, because it will probably go blunt quite quickly. My brows look a little two-dimensional. So what I'm going to do is, this is the brow product I used in my last video, and I think I'm just going to run a bit of the brow gel through my brows. It's the same shade, it's still blonde. They look a bit better now. Pretty standard pencil. If you're looking for just a general brow pencil, I think it's fine. But then again, I'd rather recommend the MUA Define micro pencil thing That's much better in my opinion because it is a micro brow pencil, whereas this is just a standard brow pencil. But if that's what you're looking for £1, not bad. And I'll also do mascara while I'm here. I got my boyfriend Jack to actually pick out a mascara because the last mascara I picked was terrible. So I said, Jack, pick it. He was with me, so I was like, you can pick out a mascara. And he picked out this one. It is the False Lash Queen Intense False Lash Effect Mascara. Dramatic volume, fullness and length, so many promises. It was £3. I get the feeling it's a natural bristle brush. Yep, at least I think it is. Oh, I'm not sure. It might be plastic. Who knows? Let's give it a go. You know what, I'm going to zoom you in for this because if it goes badly, you need to see it go badly. That's great! I'm so surprised. After that other Primark mascara I tried, I was not looking forward to trying this. It's really, really good. I look like I have 1,000 eyelashes. Now I see why people go on about Primark mascaras. This one is so good. Ooh, it looks so pretty. So, I'm going to catch up the other eye. I also have some lashes to stick on, but I'm not doing it on camera because I struggle with them so badly. So yeah, these are the Girls with Attitude Fantasy Fairy lashes. They're very cute. So I will catch up this eye, put these on, come back, we'll do the lips and final thoughts and all that good stuff. Okay, so we are matching, kind of. The lashes I really quite like. Clear lash band, flexible, work nicely. I even used the glue that came with them. I think I prefer these to the Sosu lashes I tried. So finally, lips, and I picked up this. I picked up one of their bullet lipsticks because I tried their liquid lipsticks last time and I don't think this has a shade name. It's just sort of the mauvey pink one, although I will say doesn't quite match the outside and I don't think it's going to match the side. Oh, maybe actually. We'll see. So I'm going to give this a go. Okay, it's quite nice. It's not crazy opaque in my opinion. I feel like you can still kind of see through it a little bit. Not massively, not enough to annoy me. The shade itself doesn't quite go with the eyes. Not quite my favourite, although it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like one of those cool tone baby pinks and it just looked terrible. It's not quite. It's got a little something to it that makes it look not as bad on my skin tone. It feels quite comfortable. It glided on quite easily. It doesn't feel drying. What else do you look for in a lipstick? It's quite nice. It smelled nice.